Okay guys, it's the big 25, so anime is a free game to watch without being put on a watch list.
Really?
Yeah dude, it's okay. But back to what I was saying. Okay, so now you're out of your closet and your love for anime has returned. But there's only one problem. You're alone. Look man, you probably don't have any friends. And if you do, they probably don't watch anime. Your average interaction probably looks something like this.
I know, right? That party was so lit.
Oh, hey dude. You wanna watch anime?
Ew, dude, get the fuck away from me. Okay, maybe not that extreme, but they're probably not as interested as you are. And that's why I'm here, to show you guys a step-by-step guide on how to get your friends into anime. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe to join your boy on this journey. Alright, let's get started. Okay, now let's assume that we're working with your average Netflix enjoyer. You know, the ones who only watch Squid Game and... what are some other popular shows?
I don't know, like Big Mouth or something?
Big Mouth or some shit? Look man, I don't watch Netflix.
只能说他们思想开放。
Alright, now this beginning step can be tricky. You don't want him to be weirded out by any of these anime. Like, I know My Hero's a good show, but man, if he catches a glimpse of the fan base, it's
My first
over.
dream is to be a #1 hero like All Might. And my second dream is for Gachan to put his tongue in my mouth.
And trying to put him on commitment shows like One Piece or Naruto could be a blunder. So what anime do you recommend him? And that's easy, just recommend him if my wife reincarnated as an elementary school student. Alright, all jokes aside, it really depends on what type of person he is. Do they usually watch longer shows? Do they need dopamine every episode? What genre do they usually like? Sci-fi, adventure, fantasy? And I'd say whatever your answers are for these questions, just pick a mainstream anime, but not one that's too long.
Hold on!
Look man, they're mainstream for a reason. A lot of people enjoy them. And trying to put someone onto something super niche at first could destroy their love for anime. So we gotta move smarter. Let's put some pretty thumbnails. Alright, let's assume the best but also kind of the worst case scenario for their conversion. And that would be JJK as their first anime. Now I know you're probably thinking, okay, now I know you're a joke, Miles. Isn't JJK your favorite anime of all time? And you'd be right, I'm the biggest JJK fan there is. But even I gotta admit that this is the Dopamine Fryer 3000. But whatever, we can work with this. Now after they binge JJK, because they will binge it, they're gonna be fiending for more. They're gonna be like,
I need some more action! I need more fight scenes!
like a rabid dog. So at this point you think, what other anime has a lot of action and has a lot of ore farming?
I got it! Windbreaker!
No, dumbass, it's Soul Leveling. And this would be a good choice. But man, if you thought JJK was a dopamine fryer, then sweet mother of pearl, you have not watched Soul Leveling. Because this anime might hold the record to frying your dopamine the fastest. Literally like,
here we go. I'm about to make myself retarded.
Okay, so now your friends watch Soul Leveling and JJK. In my opinion, you can also throw in some Demon Slayer. They also box a lot in that show as well. Now we got two options from here. Now you could take the blue pill, where you recommend him another action-filled anime. Or you could take the red pill, where you recommend him a more enlightening show like Vinland Saga. I mean Frieren. Something slow but has a really good story. Now whichever one you recommend is where your friend's gonna be stuck for a while, so be careful. Well, which one will it be? Good. You've chosen the correct answer. Now honestly, from here it's a little bit tricky, but I would probably go with Vinland Saga, because this anime has a perfect healthy mix of action but also story, with meaningful moments unlike some of these other action anime. If you want to throw a curveball, you honestly can't go wrong with Classroom of the Elite. Like, it's hard to not be invested in these shows. Oh, and if you pick the blue pill, then recommend them like Kaiju number 8 or something. And before you know it, your friend's gonna go deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole, to the point where he's gonna start recommending you anime that you've never heard of.
Have you watched Wakfu yet?
No. Why is your hair green?
Never mind that. But dude, it's a French anime. It's so good.
But dude, you don't even speak French.
Bien sûr que je parle français, toi le grand noir.
But thank you all for sticking around to the end. I really do appreciate that. Make sure to follow the socials in the description. But till next time, peace.
Bye.